And here we kick off G2 versus NRG in the Rocket League North American Spring Series Grand Finals. Justin going for a flip reset, a double flip reset right off the bat. Chicago gonna easily clear that ball though, and JNaps will take control up the wall. Turbo Pulsar keeping the ball in. Garrett G shot on net, easily blocked by Rizzo. Chicago going for the clear, gets the clear, and JNaps gonna come off the wall, takes a shot on net, but will it go in? JNaps far post, nobody was there for NRG. JNaps just hit it right behind Turbo Pulsar, and Garrett G was unable to get back. JNaps with the perfect placement on that ball. Such a good shot, and G2 did not let this game start off in NRG's favor, which is exactly what they want. If this game goes into NRG's favor, NRG will have tied it up 1-1. Because G2 does start off with a 1-game advantage. But if G2 can come away with this game, huge momentum in their favor. And Rizzo with the back pass to JNaps. JNaps 50s it out middle to Chicago. Chicago off the sidewall. Justin keeping this ball out to Turbo. Turbo clears it down. Justin trying to make something happen. Hit off the backboard to Garrett G, but it would be saved by JNaps. And I could see both these teams already coming out with so much pressure. JNaps saves the ball after a 50-50 from Justin, and Chicago are going to finally clear this ball. And now, NRG back on the pressure. They're coming off strong, but a triple commit! A triple commit from NRG. Oh no, that's not what you want to see. Oh, it looks like Justin and Turbo both committed for that ball. It's so unfortunate for NRG. But in a situation like this, you got to keep those comms up. You cannot be double committing against a team like G2, whose counterattacks have been so good as of lately. G2 will punish any mistakes that you make. G2, with the kickoff hard, actually goes into NRG's favor. Rizzo with the block, and G2 are back on offense again. NRG, they're going to need to make something happen now. Chicago off the backboard. They do not want to let G2 go up 3 goals in this game. JNaps with the clear out to Chicago. Going to be blocked by Justin. JNaps just hitting the ball off to the side wall down to Rizzo. Rizzo with the clear. Chicago's going to try to follow this up, but Justin will easily clear that all the way back down. Playing a little bit of ping pong now in game 1, but JNaps missed the corner boost. He has nothing to work with, so Turbo will beat him in that 50-50. Garrett G up, beats Rizzo in the 50s out mid, but Chicago's up way before Justin could even think about getting up for that ball. And JNaps with a whiff on the kick, right, just on the bounce shot, and no one from NRG was there. So luckily for G2, but it's going to keep the pressure onto them. Chicago hitting the ball back out to Turbo. NRG keeping this pressure on, but they are unable to find a goal out of it. And to be honest, G2's defense just looks really good. I don't feel for a second like NRG is putting too much pressure onto G2. A little bit here and there, but G2's handling it very well, even with the defensive mistakes that we're seeing come out from them. And G2 is going to come right back onto offense. JNaps going to put this off the backboard. Cleared mid by Turbo. That's not the touch Turbo was looking for. Out to Chicago. But Chicago hits the crossbar. Out to JNaps, and will let go in. Justin with the save. And Garrett G clears it, but just to a G2 defender. Rizzo passes it to Chicago. Whiff on the top corner of the NRG half. But Justin will finally get this ball clear. But like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't feel like NRG have all this pressure when they get their clears down. They're clearing it, but it's not to anyone. It's to a G2 member. And Turbo's going to try to air dribble this. Chicago will block Rizzo. Getting a 50 back into the NRG half. And JNaps is going to try to hit this ball mid to Rizzo off the backboard. Could Chicago finish? JNaps, oh, and just blocked by Garrett G. Justin going to clear this ball down again. But it's the same story. There's not too much pressure coming out from NRG. Nobody's following up these clears. And Chicago going to hit this ball mid. Luckily for the NRG defense, no one was there. Chicago going to shoot the ball. Garrett G barely safe. JNaps off the backboard. Rizzo passes to JNaps, but it's off the crossbar. Will Chicago be able to finish? Yes, he will. And G2, just such a dominating performance in game 1. Actually, game 2 because of the 1-game advantage, but oh my goodness, G2 making it look easy against NRG. when we all know NRG is one of the top 3 teams in North America, proving themselves in this finals as a top 2 team in North America, and G2 are making them look second class in this game 1. How will NRG respond? Can NRG get any momentum going into the next game? If NRG have any hopes of shutting down this G2 offense, they need to figure out how to get something going. And Turbopolsa, this might be a good start. Garrett G blocked by JNaps, and the defense of G2 continues to hold up time and time again. We always ask these questions. Will the G2's defense hold up? How is their defense going to be? And it is looking good. JNaps with a shot on goal blocked by Garrett. But Chicago's there to put it back mid, and the ball's rolling on the goal line. NRG, they have to get the ball clear, but at this point, with 12 seconds left in game 1, up by 3, G2 will not lose this. And Garrett G, actually with a fake on the goal line, Garrett G ends up putting this ball in. But at this point right now, I don't think there's any chance of NRG coming back in game 1. They're going to have to start looking towards game number 2 on how to shut down G2. Because the way it's going right now, G2 have all the offensive pressure, and when NRG get on the offense, their touches aren't in sync with each other. They are not getting the ball to each other. In fact, all they're managing to do is get the ball to another G2 member. So we'll see how NRG respond in the next game. And let's get on to game number 2. Actually, game number 3, because like I said, G2 did come in with the 1-game advantage. Looks like NRG will have control off the kickoff. Turbopolsa bangs it high, follows up his touch off the post down. Garrett G trying to make something happen, but Chicago easily defends that to JNaps. And G2 right back on offense. Let's see how NRG will be able to respond, because I can't help but thinking if NRG lose another game in this series right here, that they won't have a chance to come back against the G2 looking this strong. NRG need this game, so we got to see how NRG respond. And this is good. Oh, Justin with the double tap off the crossbar. That's 1-0 for NRG at 4:20. But Justin, this is exactly how we needed NRG to respond, and who better to do it than Justin, the man who has just been on fire this spring series for NRG. Oh, but JNaps with the win off the kickoff. Oh, no, NRG, that's not what they're looking for. You don't want to give up a kickoff goal. And this is a problem with kicking off. Justin cheated up while the player all the way in the back was going for corner boost. Something like this could happen if nobody has a defense on the net. If G2 gets a win on that kickoff, a hard win, that would be a free goal for them, and that's exactly what happened. If Turbopolsa had just turned the other way, but Garrett G scores! 2-1 NRG. NRG did not let that kickoff goal phase them. A great pass from Justin to Garrett G, and at 78 miles an hour. It was probably faster than that, but it looks like the G2 defender might have slowed it down a little bit, but not enough. And oh no, are we going to see another kickoff goal for G2? NRG really need to focus on their kickoffs, but a demo from Rizzo. Rizzo's been so key with these demos all game, series long, this entire spring series. Rizzo's been getting in. All his demos are key. When Rizzo goes for a demo, you need to be worried, because you know that it's going to make something happen. It's going to open up so much space for G2, and that's the kind of player that Rizzo is and has continued to be. Hard shot blocked by Justin. JNaps off the corner. Rizzo to Chicago. Off the wall. Chicago crossbars. Good patience from Garrett G not to panic. He had such good awareness of where that ball was going to be, but a great clear by Chicago on G2's half. Team struggling to regain control of this ball. Oh, will JNaps be able to clear this? But cleared by Rizzo. And Chicago going to take a shot on goal, easily blocked by Garrett. JNaps going to go up for this ball, beat by Garrett G. Oh, and Garrett G could not catch up to that ball. That was actually exactly what G2 needed. Or what NRG needed. Excuse me. But it looks like NRG, for the first time, they finally have offensive pressure this game. G2 dominated game 1, which is really game 2. And now G2 are back on offense. JNaps to Rizzo. Rizzo didn't want to overcommit for that ball, but Chicago to Rizzo and G2 with just so much offense. JNaps off the crossbar. Chicago with a good decision making to come back. We would have seen in league play a situation like that. Chicago might have overextended and gave up a free goal for whoever G2 is playing against. But G2 has worked so hard on fixing those errors in their gameplay. And G2 has such a strong defense now as well as an offense. And G2 are just looking so good. However, NRG does have the advantage, and this is exactly where NRG need to be. They need to win this game. They got to continue this offensive pressure because you can't let a team like G2 continue to be on offense. But a pass from Chicago to JNaps, and just like that, a team like G2, they get right back on the offense and instantly score. To be honest, it wasn't even an open net. It was just a very, very good play by G2. The ability for G2 to snipe the corners of the net when they want is just incredible. It absolutely amazes me. Let's see how NRG will respond. It's still a tied up game. Nothing for NRG to be worried about just yet. But you can't help but think, like I said, this is a must-win game for them. And with and a pass to Justin. Justin misses! No, that's horrible. That's exactly what NRG needed. Oh, but Rizzo with the demo. Rizzo with 2 demos. Oh, JNaps with the shot on goal. Bar down. Chicago off the backboard with the double touch. Rizzo coming in. Back pass to JNaps, but it's cleared by Garrett G. And oh my goodness, all this offensive pressure. Pass to Chicago. Chicago to Rizzo. Rizzo off the backboard. Down to Chicago. And oh my gosh, bar down again. NRG are so lucky. And Garrett G missed an open net. What is this game? Both teams feeling the pressure. So many open net misses. Opportunities missed that they are not going to get back. And we are still tied up after all of that. Chicago hoping to double tap it himself, but couldn't get it. Rizzo going to pass it mid, but Turbo Pulsa easily clears that out to Justin. Justin with the shot on net. Chicago saved it. And Turbo Pulsa keeping this ball in the G2 half, but JNaps will take it out. And it looks like the way we're going, we will enter overtime. And wow, just so many chances from these two teams. But we'll just, oh, I thought, no! Garrett G shot on it, insane save by Chicago. Just so many chances from these two teams. You can definitely tell these two teams are evenly matched, but they are also feeling the pressure. This is the Grand Finals. It's winner takes all with this best of 7. And Turbo Pulsa passed it mid, but JNaps with the clear. Rizzo gonna put it off the backboard. Can he do it himself? Oh, so close for Rizzo! Blocked by Garrett G. And the NRG stay alive, but they cannot continue to let G2 have all this offensive pressure, because when G2 are on offense, they will dominate. And Garrett G trying to get this ball out of his own half, but Chicago's on the ceiling to keep it in. G2 are just absolutely everywhere. And finally, NRG get it out of their half again. Let's see what Chicago could do. Chicago air dribbling it out of their own half to JNaps. And G2, again, easily get this ball out of their half. Will JNaps double tap it himself down to Rizzo. Rizzo bringing this up, but Justin will clear it. But just right back to a G2 offender, and Chicago, no one to be found. But again, NRG clear this ball, and there is no NRG's members to keep the ball in the G2 half, and G2 go right back on offense. Chicago to Rizzo. Infield pass blocked, but Rizzo back down to JNaps. JNaps with a shot blocked by Turbo Pulsa. And oh my goodness, this is exactly the type of Rocket League I was expecting from a Grand Finals like this. And JNaps with a hard clear, and Garrett G didn't get the clear on the ball. He dropped it right down to JNaps. So unfortunate, but JNaps does it all himself. He puts Garrett G in that awkward situation after dunking Turbo Pulsa. Just JNaps has been on fire this entire Grand Finals. JNaps just really put G2 on his back. And G2, they've been playing well this entire series, but right now when it matters most, JNaps with 3 goals that game, he is on fire. There is no stopping G2. Doesn't matter what team you are in the entire world. When JNaps is on, when he's in his knapsack form, he gets it done. And G2 go up 3-0. And now we're getting into what could be the final game of the Rocket League Spring Series Grand Finals. And the way G2 is playing, NRG need a major change in their gameplay. But already, right off the bat, G2, so much offensive pressure. Garrett G trying to make something happen, but Rizzo back to JNaps to Chicago. The 1-2-3 passing play blocked by Justin. G2 are looking so strong. Can anybody stop them right now? But Turbopolsa with the shot on net, blocked by Chicago. The defense from G2 is there. That's been a question throughout this entire RLCS Season 9 season in general. Will the defense from G2 be up to par? Because as we saw in Season 8, so many gaps in their defense, so many open nets let up, and now it's G2 who are the ones getting the open nets. G2 have fixed all their problems, and even an infield pass like that, they understand what their players are going to do. They know exactly where their team's going to be, and NRG have not found an answer to this G2 roster. NRG on the verge of being swept. A total of 10 games NRG has played against G2 so far. This could be the last. And with the, oh my goodness, a save by Turbopolsa after an incredible infield pass by G2. JNaps with the freestyle air dribble. Saved by Turbopolsa again. Turbopolsa's defense has been really good, but not good enough when G2 have this many shots on net. Finally, NRG on offense. Garrett G trying to make something happen off the backboard, but a shot by Justin, blocked by Chicago, but no NRG offender is there to finish it up. And that has been the difference between G2 and NRG this entire Grand Finals, where after a save, someone from G2 is there to clean up. And Rizzo with a 50-50, that bar down, JNaps off the backboard. Can he do it himself? Oh, but Garrett G clears the ball, keeping NRG's hopes alive. But they still can't get the ball out of their offensive half. And Rizzo is there again with the bounce dribble, shot on net. Garrett G! His defense has been stepping up this last game, but will it be good enough? Defense is not how you're going to win games. You need to get on offense, but Chicago with the demo. Justin saves the ball, gets a clear, but clears it right to JNaps. And of course there's a G2 member right there to get back control of the ball. When has NRG ever had real control? They've had some sorts of offensive pressure, but barely this entire series. It's all been G2. Except for game 2, when NRG was able to find ways to score when Justin was popping off a little bit. But NRG, they need to get back to that. They need to figure out what were they doing in game number 2 that they weren't doing in other games. And oh my gosh, Rizzo going for the block. Justin had to jump over him, and there's no one in net now. Rizzo goes for a bump onto Justin. Or I'm sorry, it was JNaps who went for the bump, and Justin had to jump out of the way because he would have died. That was the only option that Justin had. And G2 dismantling the NRG defense. One thing that NRG just has not been doing in their favor is they've actually had a lot of pressure right off kickoff. G2 has been winning a lot of kickoffs, which in turn go into NRG's favor, but NRG cannot convert. G2 are just so good at what they do after the kickoff. NRG, when they have that bit of control that they do, they need to be more calculated with their touches. And that is the main difference between this NRG and G2 roster. The touches that G2 have are more calculated. Like this flip reset from JNaps. Oh, but saved in net by Garrett G. And saved again by Garrett G. Oh my goodness, but Rizzo back again and again. Constant pressure forcing NRG to have the most miraculous saves. Which credit to NRG for saving even some of these. They are so ridiculously hard shots to save, but JNAPS with another shot on goal, followed up by Chicago. And then Rizzo. There's just absolutely no answer for what G2 is able to do. Not a single team yet has come up with an answer, and NRG looks like they will not be the team to come up with that answer in this Grand Finals best of 7. NRG, with 30 seconds left in their tournament life, can they make something happen? It's now or never. With the pass off the backboard, Justin keeps it in. Hopes and dreams alive for NRG. They need to score right here and right now. This is their last chance. If they let G2 clear the ball, it'll be all over. Justin comes up. He bounces the ball off the sidewall, off the backboard. Turbo Pulsa tries to take a shot on net, but it's Chicago versus Garrett G. Will Garrett G be able to keep this ball up? NRG have to go the entire length of the field now. Garrett G trying to make something happen. Turbo Pulsa touches in midair, and Chicago will let that ball drop, and G2 on a 16 competitive game winning streak take the entire spring series in the upper bracket, only losing a total of 3 games. Oh my gosh, to end it off with a sweep over the biggest competitor in North America right now. It's just crazy what G2 have been able to accomplish in recent months. G2, we talked about this last season. Their defensive abilities were lacking, and they have fixed it, and there is no doubt in anyone's mind right now that they are the #1 team in North America. G2 looking so strong, and really all the members of G2 were getting in on the play, but JNAPS had a couple games where he just popped off. The MVP of this game definitely goes to JNAPS just for the outstanding performance that he was able to have, because NRG does have the ability to keep up with G2, but when JNAPS is on, I don't think there's a single team in the world as of right now who can combat with G2's powers. And that is the end to the spring series. This 2-day journey finally comes to an end, and I hope everybody watching enjoyed, and I'll see you guys.